the Sunday school. We're going to call it Sunday school for right now. Back to basics. We're going to be doing something really special today. I know some people talked about last week, just being able to just go over some basic things and really hammering them down. Jimmy does a great job going through his videos, touching on support and resistance, and we're going to actually be focusing and laser focusing on support and resistance today. We're going to do something a little different, a little bit special. We're going to have old timer leading today, and he's going to be able to share what exactly we're going to be doing. But in a nutshell, um, is it okay, old timer, if I go ahead and share and then pass the mic over to you?
Go right ahead. Just a real quickie, we don't need people to share. I'm going to share my chart just like Jimmy does during the week, and the link is in the open voice chat.
Cool. Awesome. So, yeah, like Old Timer said, he's going to actually be not only sharing his screen, but he's also sharing his link. And we're going to have a pretty interesting format here today, focusing on support resistance. So, just at a high level, what you guys are going to see, if you click on that link there in the chat, you're going to see a chart, I believe, for July 15th. And what's going to happen is, as we go through this chart, we're going to be charting support and resistance lines. And so we're going to let a few bars print out, and we're going to have everybody, draw the support or resistance line on the chart, on the link. You should be able to do that in Chrome. Using that link, you should be able to draw your support or resistance line there. And after drawing it, Old Timer is going to reveal where that support or resistance line is. And if you are within 5 cents of that support or resistance line, you're in a good place. If you're off, we're going to talk about it a little bit. And we're going to talk about why the support or resistance was at that point and not at a different point. Fibonacci is going to be putting a poll here. Yes, view only mode in Safari. We may just add values. Scales is typing in the chat here. You should be able to, and everybody, just if everybody can take a second and click on that link there in the chat here. Is this session being recorded? Yes, I believe it is being recorded. All right, yeah, view only mode should be able to, let me see, mark it up. I'm looking at mine.
I just adjusted the chart so you can see. I couldn't see the candles at first, so I fixed that.
What's that?
I said I just adjusted it because I couldn't see candles on it, but then I just put auto fit and it adjusted for me.
Okay, cool. Should be for July 15th is what you want to look for.
Oh, okay.
We're going all the way to, yep, we're going to July 15th.
So okay. 29th.
Yeah. Go to July 15th. All right. Yeah. Yeah, and it should be blank. It should absolutely be blank because I believe we're going to be it's going to be playing out bar by bar. Is that right, OT?
Pretty close, couple bars at a time, but yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if it's blank, that's okay. Should be that way. That's no problem.
Wait, so if I touch something, do I need to reload it or just leave it?
You should just you can go back and click on the link, and it's going to automatically load you up where you need to be.
Okay, cool.
Okay. And like I said, guys, this is something a little new, a little different. I can only see July 18th. Let's see here, July. Let's see, I'm looking at July 29th. What date do you have us being loaded up to when you click on the link, OT?
You'll have to scroll back to the you'll have to scroll back to the 15th after you click the link.
Okay, scroll back to the 15th, to July 15th. All right, scroll back on the link to the July 15th. Okay, no problem.
I just shared my screen too, so.
Say that again?
I said I just shared my screen as well for those that can't get the link to go back.
Okay.
Why can't? Some of them can't get it to go back. The 18th
yeah, I just shared it.
Okay, Odin said he's on the 15th. Some people are saying that they can't scroll back further than July 18th.
It could be a free thing and they can't go back. I don't know why,
That's true.
but I shared it. You just won't be able to draw on the chart. So just put in the chat where you think everything should be.
Okay. So we're gonna switch up the format a little bit. We're gonna just let them type in the chat the support or resistance line as far as the price, where the price would be. Is that right?
Yeah, we can do
So-
that for those that can't go all the way back. If you can see it and you can go to the 15th, you can draw right on my chart
Okay, cool.
on the
So-
link that's shared.
We should be looking at the 1 minute time frame.
Yes, 1 minute.
Mm-hmm. Should be looking at the 1 minute time frame. Let's see. It's supposed to look like this. Let's see.
Wow.
Looking at your chart, Odin. When I click on that link,
Yeah, I think that's it in the pre-market.
Glasses,
pretty much.
sunglasses on that one, boy.
Yeah. Super bright.
Yeah, that looks like the right one.
Okay. All right.
Right now, if you're
So
on
that-
my link, I'm zoomed into the pre-market, and that's all you should be able to see.
Okay.
I'm in replay mode already.
Cool. I see it. I see it here too. July.
May have to refresh.
19th, July 18th. Okay, cool. I can actually see all of July. And guys, I'm sorry if we have a little bit of technical difficulties. Like I said, this is a little bit new, so just bear with us, okay? Bear with us. You're still going to get some pretty good gems out of this. Okay, so all right, we're going to be going off just for simplicity's sake. OT. I think everybody should just go off of your live, you sharing live. Just keep everything really simple. Everybody's just going to go off of what you're sharing, and based off of what you're sharing, what's going to happen is, if, and just check me where I'm wrong, you're going to let like a few bars print out, and then you're going to allow people to write in the chat where the support or resistance lines would be. I think we're going to start with pre-market, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. So if you guys can see here in the open voice, I'm going to show you a format of what to expect. So if you find the support at a certain level, you're going to type in S and then whatever the price is, right? So maybe 382 or something like that. I can get any audio. Someone else needs to record this. All right.
Skadoosh. I think Skadoosh is hooking us up.
All right, cool. I'm recording. Not sure the quality yet. LOL.
We're going to talk about today how to identify trends and the associated.
AJ Trades, how you doing? Welcome to the bunch, to the crew. You mind muting your mic just so we don't get any more interruptions. Cool. All right. Cool. All right. With your screen, let's see here. Are you guys able to see Old Timers levels? Is it close enough for you guys to be able to type in a format like that? If it's support, you want to start with the letter S and then write the price. If it's a resistance, you want to start with the letter R and then write whatever the price is. All right. So can you guys see that? Just give me a thumbs up if you guys can see that. Can see that here in the open voice chat. Cool. Okay, awesome. All right, looks like we got some people starting with the support and resistance. We're going to go ahead and get started. Old Timer, I'm going to let you go ahead and lead and take over.
Okay.
And we'll go from here. Mm-hmm.
So we'll give a little time here for people who are in the chat want to chat, and people who are drawing is going to draw it.
Mm-hmm. All right, and for those
If
who
you
are
see
just,
more than one, write down more than one. If you only see one or two, write that down. And then we're going to go over each one as why we drew it. And
yes, And for those who are unsure what's going on, we are drawing support and resistance lines on the pre-market chart right now. So your goal, your mission right now is to be able to either write down in the chat or use the link added above to be able to draw your support and resistance lines. You can see some people typing in S for support and the price, and then R for resistance and the price. And if you simply want to, if you want to have a more closer in-depth look, we're looking at, what date is this? July 15th pre-market?
July 15th, yes.
July 15th pre-market. So feel free to pull up your own charts and your own, on your own platform and chart it that way too. All right. Yep. All right, and go ahead and add it in here. Be positive. Looks like you got 2 of them in there. If you can delete your old one, or are these different ones? Okay. Pivot 379.5. Scales, we're only writing down support and resistance. Nothing more. We're only focusing on support and resistance. That's it. So if you could follow the format, Scales, that would be very helpful. Thank you, Be Positive. Thank you. All right, thank you, Gurmukh. I see it. Tomek 2019. I see it. You don't have to put numbers behind. Okay, you can. I get that. Okay, I see Tomek. I see what you're doing. Support, and you see.
Traders, July 15th.
Mm-hmm. Cool. All right, I see it. I see you by.
Had a couple more typing, and then we'll cut on.
Okay. Thank you, Gurmukh. I can see where you got some support and resistance lines. Okay. A few more. Give you guys one more minute. Is it just me that sees only the 18th on the TradingView chart? Zorento, feel free to use your own platform. July 15th pre-market. It's okay. Just a small technical, setback there, but we're finding a way to work through it to still make sure everybody can still contribute. So feel free to use your own platform. July 15th pre-market. Thank you, Scales. Thank you, Scales. Cool.
All right. Because I don't see any more typing, so I'm going to cut on what we had.
Right,
He doesn't count. He can type all he wants.
Is this going to be your first line of resistance?
This could be the whole pre-market.
Whole pre-market. Okay.
So this is how we started out today.
All right. If you notice, Fibonacci is about to put in a poll, a red book and a green book. If you are within 5 cents, okay, AMFCF, I see you. If you are within 5 cents of, you know what? Let's do this. Fibonacci. We're gonna first start with that bottom. Awesome. Everybody on the call, pay close attention. This poll is going to be referring to the first resistance at the bottom at 377.55. Okay, at 377.55. Are you within 5 cents of that? There you go. Thank you so much, Fib.
No problem, man.
And while y'all are answering the poll and doing that, I can tell you why that we drew that. Because you look all the way left, and then you've got those wicks about 8 o'clock, and you got a couple wicks about 8:30. That was the bottom of the pre-market. That was our pre-market low for that day.
Gotcha, Abe. I understand.
All right. Ski just put up the second one. We'll go up a line, 379.30. Were you within 5 cents of that one? And then the reason we drew it there is you might see a couple little dots about 5 o'clock in the morning over that. But if you look at 7:15, if you look at the 7:30 area, there's a wick about 8 o'clock. And then at 8:45, you can see a bunch of wicks that came close to touching that. That's where the most touches were across the board. You can see it acting as support about 7:15. You can see it acting as resistance about 7:30 for about 15 minutes. You can see at 8 o'clock that bid wick that went up and touched it. And then at 8:45, you could see it acting as support again.
Yes, Scales, hold your questions. We're going to open it up here shortly. We want to make sure we get everybody's polls right here. And we're going to make sure we get everybody's polls right here.
Then at 381.25, same thing. You can see it acting as support about 8:48, 8:49, 8:50. I'm sorry, resistance. And then at 8:51, and again at 8:58, 8:59, 9 o'clock, 9:01, it acted as support. And then the top one, 382.37, same thing. You see it acting as resistance right at 9:06, 9:07, 9:08, 9:09. Would come down, and then again, it acted as resistance at 9:26, 9:27, 9:28, right before pre-market open, or right before the market opened, and then it acted as support at 9:28.
All right.
It looks like a lot of y'all got the last one pretty much nailed.
Mm-hmm.
The other ones working on it.
Yeah,
Working
not so
on it.
much. Not so much. So before we dive into that, if you have any questions, guys, feel free to type it into the chat. There's a lot of people on the call, and we want to make sure that we moderate this in an organized fashion.
Specifically, just right now related to the pre-market.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yes, we won't be taking any questions about entries and exits and trend lines and everything else. The focus here is going to be support and resistance. All right, Falcon says, I think the second one would be 0.5 and not 0.3.
Yes. And I'm glad you pointed that out. Because if you were looking at this at 8 o'clock, you were right. I'd have drew this up here like that. But if you look at this action right here at 8:40 to 8:45, that's why I moved it back down and made it support and not resistance. It's these bars right here that changed my mind. You could have drew two, but like Jimmy tells us all the time, if you got two real close together, so instead of drawing two with one here, I went with wicked off. A lot of selling, right? I mean, a lot of buying right here on these wicks, on these candles. So instead of leaving it here, I moved it down to here.
And if your question gets answered, just give a thumbs up by your question. Falcon, is that cool? Does that make sense, Falcon? Too close together could be a zone. Okay.
All right. Be positive. Might not draw a level at the low of what are we talking about?
I think he's talking about down by 377, below 377.
Down here?
Keep going, below. Keep going. Yep, the bottom of that wick, I believe. Yep, lowest pre-market.
I went off of these right here.
He's asking why not draw it at the low, right where that wick's down to.
So down in here? Because if you drew it here, which is technically the low, which you're correct, but you have nothing else down there to support it. You got that one lone wick. If we go off of here, you've got all this support here, and then it wicked off of it, wicked off of it, wicked off of it. You just have more touches than you would. You don't have but one touch if you moved it down here. So technically, you're correct. That is the low, 376.99. But you have more touches, so more support at this area up here than you did down here.
Okay. Does that make sense? Be positive before we move forward. Okay, good. He's good on that. And if I could just emphasize something here, the focus here, if you're noticing, here on these four lines here, we're looking at multiple touches, right? We're looking at multiple touches here, and you see the relevancy as the day continues with that specific line when you're dealing with multiple touches. And so that was a great question by Be Positive. If we brought that support line down, we'd only have one touch. If we brought it up even just to the two wicks, yeah, we would have those two touches, but I think that was reacting off of some type of news and may not be as relevant as earlier in pre-market where we had some kind of organic and natural buying and selling over to the left here and whatnot. Is that right, Old Timer? Is that how you would look at that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool.
Now, I see a lot of questions about here. 381.48. You could draw one here. And you're right, you got touches here with it. You've got all these touches here. You could move this up to here if you wanted, and you wouldn't be wrong. But since I had this one here and this one was only like less than 20 cents higher, I didn't move it up. I just left it right there.
Can you move it up to 381.37? Let's just see what that looks like. I'm curious what he would see. Okay.
47, right?
37.
All right. 37, I'm going to be honest with you, 37 doesn't make a lot of sense to me. This one does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we have more touches.
We have touches here and we have touches here.
Mm-hmm.
But like since I had this one here, I just didn't move it up to 20, 30 cents.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not wrong.
Yeah. Bugs, what's going on, man? You mind muting your mic, Bugs? Thank you, bro.
Now, Charles, whether you draw the lines off the wicks or the body, I like to draw the lines off of touches. Let's see if I find a good example. Well, here we'll do a good example. You could draw the lines off of these wicks right here if you like. But if you moved them up to there, well, you have some wicks, you have some bodies, but you do have more touches. And I think touches is more important. No, I think touches is more important than wicks or bodies. So sometimes you might get the body like you did here. Sometimes you might get the wick like you here, but look at all the touches that you're getting. If you moved it down, you're missing some touches here. If you moved it up, I don't think you're missing, well, you might be missing some touches here, but you know, I don't think you should choose either one. You know, if it's wicks or if it's bodies, just get all the touches that you can. And I think I have a better example of that as we go on.
Cool. Is that good? Does that answer your question, Charles? Okay, he said, got it. Thank you. Fantastic. Options trader actually said, hold on, 381.83. 381.83. What are your thoughts about that, OT?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at now. It
Would
makes
it be
sense,
wrong?
but now it wouldn't be wrong. I mean, you can't really be wrong. I mean, I guess you could if you do one here.
Mm-hmm.
But technically, even here, that would be a support. You just don't have a lot of confirmation with it. So if you do one here, you'd have a lot of confirmation because it would be here and here, but you have more confirmation down here if you wanted to put it there.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, OT, you're saying if you bring it up to, what was that, 381.87, what were we just at? 8 something?
Let me draw one here because I don't think you can see my mouse.
I think I can see a mouse, so you can go ahead and draw one.
And that's what he was talking about.
So it's interesting, right? Because that would be resistance, right? We see resistance on 1, 2, 3, 4.
Here.
Yeah, a lot of resistance there. So we finally broke through it.
But even if you came down to in here, would that be stronger than there? Because now you've got this one and this one. You got this one. It touched over here. It touched over there under here.
So just a message to everybody: this is not intended to confuse you. This is an exercise to see how relevant do these levels play throughout the rest of the day. We may put levels in one place in pre-market, but we may find them or may have to move them based on relevance later on in the day. So from where I'm standing, who asked that question? Options trader. Like OT said, I don't think you'd be wrong. But you'll know as the day plays out how relevant that level is. Would you agree with that, OT, or
yeah, we'll see how. We'll see. I could be wrong, and maybe this would be more relevant up in here. So we're close. Close. Are we good?
Let me just run through these comments real quick. Support and resistance lines are zone usually. Okay, cool. That's good douche. Let's see. Sorry, I meant that. Buy says I don't see wick for the candles for the bottom support line. I drew up the body of the candles. So what level is that buy? If you could just put down what level that is. Okay. Yep. Be positive. Looks like he just did that. Kadoosh, remember close counts in the game like horseshoes and grenades. Okay, could be a few cents off scale. Side note: a private link on YouTube for this would be provided. Better clarity. Discord is pretty garbled. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Scale. All right. Buy says support at 377.75. OT.
I'm looking.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
Yes, but that's not low of day. Because now you're drawing your lines up here. I mean, you've got it. You got all the touches here you wanted, but now you're up here for touches, and the lower day is actually down here. Now, if these candles weren't down here, you could moved it up here if you had like just this one red candle or maybe these couple blips. You could probably ignore them, but that's pretty for pre-market anyway. That's pretty good movement right here for pre-market to keep this as the lower day. A great example is here. Why didn't we come up here and draw these up here? It's just these blips that they spent, less than a couple of seconds up here. No volume, no nothing. So we just come down here till we can get more touches like down in here. And then down over here.
All right, we got support at 379.14. 379.14.
Yeah. Oh, the 79.14. Okay, I'm going to draw this real quick. 379.14. I can see where you're coming from because it really touches here for support. So I see where you're coming from, but it broke through here. It's not really respecting it down through here all that much. You got some a little bit over, some a little bit under. And then over here, you don't have it respecting here or here all that much. So I don't think I would use that one.
Jackie brings up a good point, OT. She says that it seems like there's a lot of touches. So I think we might have to talk about what type of touches we're talking about.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Because her resistance level did have a lot of touches, but I don't think it had the type of touches that we are using to.
You're
qualify.
right about the touches, but look at how it respects that line. Like if you look at 741 to 750 in this area, you can see it really respected that. You were right, strong support. But if you come back into this area, you can see where it's broke through here, it wicked through, it's broke through here, it's not really respecting that line. It's not bouncing the line. And even here, you can see it came through a little bit, it came through a little bit. I think you're right about it being a support. It's just maybe a weaker support. Even here, it didn't hold, it didn't retest. It just blew right through it. This would be a little bit stronger of a support where you see it holding here, it held in here. Not a lot of volume here, but you can see it holding. It could be considered a weaker support area, but I do believe where we have it up here is just a little stronger.
Okay, Tech Trader says, hey, old timer, did you make changes to your trading view charts? Or as is, my charts seem to have fewer candles than yours.
The only thing I have that might be different is I have ARCA. I pay for the data.
Yeah, if you have the free version, yeah, you may not have as much data. I found it to be a little bit off with the free version. So definitely want to encourage okay, he has that too, and the live data too. Okay, not sure what's going on there, Tech Trader. Okay. Okay. Kiwi Spy says she has the same. She has the same issue here, and I guess you guys are both looking at the 1 minute.
I have no idea. Now I pay for all the data, not just ARCO, but I don't know if that makes a big difference.
Mhm. Well, let me ask a more important question. Are you guys able still to see the support and resistance lines, even though you don't have as many bars? I think that's the important thing. Yeah, time is short. Thank
Yep.
you, Scale. Okay.
All right, so we're going to move ahead to opening, and we're going to catch, I don't know, about 4 or 5 bars here. And this gives us our first opening to draw our next resistance area. Hopefully it's kind of pretty obvious, but it's right there. So this is where we opened up. You can see it wicked. It can't go any higher, just having real trouble going higher, rear going higher, and then didn't go as high and was coming down. So I drew a line here to catch the top of this candle, catched all those wicks there. And that's at 383.13 or 12 or 14.
We got the poll up, guys, in the chat. Make sure you answer the polls just so we can see how you're doing with understanding of what we're doing so far. Okay. And okay, real quick, Gurmukh, can you what level did you have, Gurmukh? $383.24. So slightly higher up towards the wicks. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he took the top. He took the lowest wick.
Mm-hmm. Now, would he be wrong
No,
in your opinion? Okay.
nope.
Okay.
You got the touch for this wick, this wick, this wick, and this wick. And if you like drawing off the wicks, that'd be the perfect spot because you got all 4 candles.
So Gurmukh, just to follow up with you, like OT said, you wouldn't be wrong. You wouldn't be wrong again. The key thing about drawing these support and resistance lines is you want to make sure that they act strongly as support or resistance, and the price is respecting it as such as things play out through the day. Just keep that in mind. So, you're welcome to keep your price point or your support or resistance line there, Gurmukh, and let's see how the day plays out around that level. I see you, Gambit.
One more thing, since we're kind of in that zone now,
Mm-hmm.
these lines are not written in ink. For example, if you go up here and it starts bouncing down here and not really bouncing up here later on in the day, move your line. Move it down a couple cents. The perfect example might be right here. Everybody pointed it out pre-market. So if we bounce this line sometime today and hit back up, I'd move this back up. These lines aren't written in ink. They can be adjusted. So we're going to go down now. You can see we didn't quite get up there to retest, but it was close. We'll move a little further because this is not a retest video.
Stay focused, OT. Stay focused.
Yeah. I'm going to stay away from the trend. All right. So now we can draw our next one.
All right. All right. We'll give you guys a few seconds to chart your next support or resistance line. And then OT, I guess you can reveal it.
July 15th, Drinker.
All right. We'll give you guys about 15 more seconds.
Oh, and Mike, since you on the call, he had a question about something that we're not going to go over, like I thought we were going to. So if you want to DM me, I can get with you and show you how that works. I tried to DM you, but it won't let me. Yeah, my time is Eastern. It's market time.
All right, guys. If you
All
could
right. So
pause the typing and Fib, get that poll ready. This way, there you go. Where's that level that you have it at?
380.70. So everybody was pretty much spot on.
380.70. Yep. Zarento is on fire. Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn was close. She had it at 380.54. Where's 380.54? Where's that? Not 381, 380. 380.54.
Okay,
She
she
went
had the
down
bottom
low.
of the wick,
All right.
which again,
let's-
I can't say is wrong, but you do have more touches if you brought it up here.
Mm-hmm. Gwendolyn, I hope that makes sense there. We want to make sure we get more touches. Do you see that? Give me a thumbs up if you see that. Mike 380.74, good. Jockey 380.72, fantastic. Be Positive has quite a few lines here. Looks like they'll be pretty close together.
Yep.
Be Positive, it sounds like you may be one of the people who have the issue with a lot of lines in your chart. Is that the case? Okay. And as you're answering, go ahead.
I'm going to print a couple more.
All right.
Okay. That one would do it. So let's go back to what we talked about real quick pre-market. And everybody was thinking about a line here. And move it down just a tad. I think it was right. Yeah, 45.
I think that was one. And go ahead.
The pre-market, we did have some support here, but as you can see, it broke through. It broke through. It broke through. It's not being respected at all. So even if you did drew this line, and like I said, pre-market, you wouldn't have been right. I would have deleted it at this point because it's just not being respected.
So there was a level slightly above that one, OT. I know you removed that line just a second ago. It was slightly above
Here?
that one. Yep, that one right there.
Same thing. You did respect it here. It did respect it here, but once the market opened, you could see we banged through it here, we banged through it here, we banged through it here, we banged through it again here. It's just not being respected.
Okay. Cool. Just want to make sure everybody sees that. All right. Fantastic job, Starlene. Great job, Gambit. Vermouth, great job. Foden, great job.
Yeah, Pigo, we're going to try to do every Sunday, just take another step and another step and another step. So this is the basis. You know, next Sunday, maybe we do something like trend lines and then eventually work our way into retest and entries and exits and stuff like that. But we got to get the basics down first.
Mm-hmm. We got about 9 more minutes left on the clock.
Okay, so that's Golden's way of telling me to get my butt in gear. Now this pre-market line here, before I get into the next one real quick, could be another adjustment. You could bring it down. You could even bring it down to here. You still have this little pre-market support. You've got this resistance here. Now you've got this support here. So where it made sense to have it up here, because of all this that we're all, you know, all the information we had at the time, it makes a little more sense to bring it down here now. Because this is a stronger area. Hopefully y'all can get it. You know, this was solid support. This was solid resistance. Now we're back to solid support again. So we just bring that down. No use in drawing another one. Just bring the one you had down a little bit.
If you guys don't understand that part, you know, just put it in the chat. And we'll see if we can get to you. If you don't understand what he
Vermouth, same thing. You know, you had your line up here, which was perfectly fine with the information we had. And even now, I think I would move my line up just a tad bit more. And now I can incorporate all this. I incorporate this link here, and we're still touching here. So I'm not quite as high as what you were, but I did move it up some. We have more information, so we need to make some adjustments. All right, a couple more here. And then it's time for the next one. Only have 3 more to go, Goldie.
No worries.
Yeah, Jay, man, the more touches, the more info. And like I said, they're not in ink. Once we get more information, move them. Don't need to draw another one down here. If you had one up here, just move this one down. We've got better information now.
Did you get that? I hope you got that. Be positive. I know you got a lot of lines in very few places. You just got to move one line down or up to the most relevant place that has the most touches.
The more information we get, the more accurate we can get.
All right, looks like Jackie she has her resistance line up.
Right.
Mike has his resistance line. Okay.
I did draw one here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because we were having trouble getting up, and then this is the next one.
All right, 384, 33, let's see.
So 384.33.
Mm-hmm. All right, Phil has that poll in there. You guys can go ahead and answer that poll. Great job, Scales. Great job, Jackie. Great job, Mike. Good job, Tech Trader.
We're almost there. We're only going to go to noon, and then I'm going to stop replay and show you the rest of the day to see how well we did. We starts coming down. You see that line that we moved here? We moved it up just a little bit. Is still being well respected. And then the last one for the day was right there. No, the last one we're going to go over. Again, we touched out, having a hard time getting higher. Started coming back down, so we drew one there.
384.61, Starling. See it? I see it. These green books are getting higher and higher. Guys, if you don't get it, it's okay. That's why we're here to help you with it. And if you don't understand it, even though we have 4 minutes left on the call, it lets us know. This is our first time doing this, by the way. So, be gracious with us. Be patient with us. We're trying to find the best format to be able to help you guys to do this.
And with that being said, give us feedback. Either here in the chat, DM us. Let us know, this was terrible, change this. Oh, I love this. Let us know what we do so we can make the next ones even better.
Mm-hmm.
We're learning too. So that's the last one, because if y'all know, 11 o'clock, I don't like trading anymore. So we're going to end the replay. We'll go back to the 15th.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to let me. And here's the rest of the day, and look how everything worked out for the rest of the day. Considering we drew these lines like 3 or 4 hours ago, they held up pretty good.
Well, OT, you're getting a lot of love here in the open voice here. You're getting a lot of love, man. Looks like people like this so far.
The biggest takeaway I hope y'all get from this is, don't be afraid to move them. The more information they get, the more accurate we get. You don't need to draw another one. Just take the one that's a little bit off, like we did here, because we had it here pre-market, because that's the information we had. Now we got better information. The stronger support was down here. So move them down. And you want all the, I wouldn't move it down here. You want all the touches you could get. And this held pretty good, went up. We retested, kept going. Just don't be afraid to move them. If you're moving them, 25, 30 cents, yeah, maybe that's a little much. But if you can move them 5, 10 cents just to get them a little more accurate, move them that much. But Golden, thanks, man. That's it. We'll end right on time.
Perfect, man. OT, fantastic job, guys. Just like OT said, let us know if this works out for you. If you feel like, hey, there's a way I think you can maybe improve this, feel free to DM any one of us, me, OT, Fib. Fib, thank you for your support with the polls. Looks like it just got better and better and better. Yeah. Yeah, let us know. Let us know. We're here to serve you guys and try to get you guys to be more consistent week after week. Cool. Yes, you can stop recording here, and we're going to be jumping into the pre-week kickoff. Timer, thank you so much, man. Great job leading.
Yep, thank you. And Mike, I said just DM me, man, if you want to know.